All right, welcome back to round one here. This is actually one of my leagues. I just joined, so we have 5 games to be able to play. I'm not going to play them all for this particular series, but hopefully we get a little bit better competition than if we were to be joining 2 mans or whatnot. This hand is perfectly fine. We have a 2-drop, we have a backdoor, we have exiling something for Wasteland Strangler, we have a Bear of Silence that's active, and we have a Ruins more importantly than probably anything. In general, if my opponent asks if I'm recording, I always tell them, but I don't generally offer that information up freely just because I don't want them to like feel pressure that shouldn't be there, and you know, generally people are totally fine with the after effect. So this is kind of interesting. I can hang her back Walker for 1 now, but I could just get that effect next turn with the ruins, and that's like waiting a turn and spending a mana, so it's kind of very similar. This way it gets under counter magic, which could be important, but I also get to leave open. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to leave open Warping Wheel. I think I do. I think it's. I can just cast the Wasteland Stringer for, or the Hangerback Walker for 1 here, but I can just cast it for next turn, and this lets me leave open Warping Wheel. I think it's strictly better. Okay, so that's not. It's fine. All right, so I have some time to cast that card, so I'm just gonna run out this dude. All right. Alright, so he's got some mana. He could just collect a company this turn. So that was one reason to not to transgress that turn, but okay, that's fine. So we don't want to get aggroed out, so here we're probably going to take some time to transgress and then set up like a Wasteland Strangler. I'm going to get a blue land with this. I could just Thoughtseer him, which might be like if he only has 1. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Because if this works and he has a light hand, oh, he's got a sick hand. He's got a really sick hand. Okay, so I need to work on not dying. It's gonna be tough. That hand is like impervious to Thought-Knots here. Both Faithful and Marauder deal with Thought-Knot. Obviously, Faithful does it in a slightly more preferential way for me, but it costs less mana. He's got Rally too. So I think I take the Rally and I try to kill these creatures, but that seems just very difficult to accomplish. Because he's got the Catacomb Sifter. I guess next turn I can play Wasteland Strangler, hit the Catacomb Sifter, go from there. It's going to be really tough to win this game, though. If I had transgressed the Reflector Mage, I don't know if that would have made too big of a difference. So I only take 4 this turn. I could also Warping Wheel this, which is nice. I could also get the Nantuko. So I could Warping Wheel this and get the Nantuko out of his hand. Kind of like that. The option B, play a 1/1 Hangerback Walker, but I don't think that's that great. Alright, so he's got Faithful. Alright, so we're taking 4, going to 8. But then I think we might be able to stabilize. Like I said, I play the Wasteland Stringer, I kill the Catacomb Sifter, I put a counter on it. He has to bounce it to get in for 2. And then I obviously have Wasteland Stringer back in my hand. What did he draw? Oh, I drew another Husk. That's not good for me. Alright, I guess I eat this and then I have to play 2 cards this turn. So I'm going to kill this Sifter so that way he doesn't get to scry any. Give him the land back always. Alright, so I don't even have to do it at this point. This guy's literally just a chum walk, so I don't die to Sidisi's Faithful. That was a good draw, not gonna lie. That was a really good draw. Man, he drew the Husk after we took this Husk, and then he drew a Cutthroat the next turn. Kind of savage. So I Bearer. The Bearer can't block, which is kind of a problem. Oh, he's bouncing this guy. Interesting. That was a good draw. That was a really good draw. Gotta eat this guy first, so that way I take the least amount of damage from it. Second. Go up to 5. 2 blockers in play. Importantly, Wasteland Stringer eats one of his guys too. In theory. Let's take 2. He only eats one of my blockers if he doesn't sack anything. If he does sack, then I trade 2 for 2. He ate the 1/1. Sack that guy. Wow. I expected to sack Reflector Mage there. This guy's top decks, man. Man, they are brutal. Got a block there. I guess I can just make a 6/6 and just start beating down. He has no spells in here to cast, so he would just flip a Jace and then have -2/-0. And I think he could back-to-back Reality Smashers for 6, or pretty big. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Attack you for 9. It's possible I was supposed to Reality Smasher a turn earlier, like the turn that I Bearer of Silence. It's possible I was supposed to try to Reality Smasher right then. I don't know. Discarded Cutthroat. Let's draw. Liliana. I'm attacking for 12. 13. He has to double block. Oh, he attacked. Okay. So he's got 3 toughness here. So this will trample over for 1. I'll put him at 10. 6. Lethal, but then he gains 2. So I guess I just what do I do here? I guess I could draw. Let's see what I draw. Yeah, that's the only play I have to force us into block. Jace gets to live. But all I can do is use its ability once more, so yeah, I think I just do that play. My apologies. The Facebook annoyance. I don't think he has a way to do it. He would have to draw. I don't know what he could draw. This has another nut here, so just beat down. So Liliana's gonna die. This is a close game. This is a close game, man. This is a close game. Alright. We're at 2. Phasing down a 1/1 and a Jace. What did he draw? He has had the sickest string of top decks ever. I'm hoping for a blank one time. One time for Poppy. Oh no. Oh, that's so close to being good enough. I can't play my Bearer of Silence pre-combat. I think he's just dead. Yes. 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 Oh, that was a close one. Being rallying game 1 is the best feeling ever. Ever. Alright, so we take out poopy things. These guys are not good. Fathom Feeder's not very good. I usually keep like 1 Fathom Feeder in for late game, but I don't even know if that's true now with this card. Not too sure. We're bringing in a gate. Flame Tendrils. Duresses. Not sure about the Despise, as I mentioned. So we need 2 more cards cut. Some number of Bearer Silences are okay. I guess I could cut 1 Reality Smasher, even though it was pretty stellar that game. Maybe I just cut all these. Guy's not that good. He's decent against Reflector Mage is really all I have. So I probably just want to bring the Despise and like cut 1 Hangerback Walker. But he's really bad with the Flame Tendrils coming in, which is kind of awkward. Because hitting Reflector Mage is reasonable with this. If we can keep him from actually resolving his bring back spells. All right, let's move on to game 2 here. All right, welcome back. Game 2 of round 1 here. I'm Comic Woods. This is TCGplayer.com. Playing Dimirdrazi. Trying to figure out if this hand is keepable. We're on the draw. The hand's very strong. It just does not have the black mana. I feel like I got them all in. I really want to keep that in, but okay. Alright, we'll keep this and we'll hope to... Alright, that's a good one at least. You draw a few lands off the top here. But at least the same does something. Can't be too picky when you get down to 5 cards. Ooh, that's a decent draw. It's a good catch-up. If we draw a black source before this Jace flips and we can Flame Tendrils a couple of things, that would be huge for us. Because his 3 toughness stuff tends to not be in play. Like, he can't cast Catacomb Sift for this turn, no matter what land he plays. And he won't play Reflector Mage in an empty board. So, most of the things he's going to play right now are going to have 1 or less toughness. Or just not be played at all. That's a good one, too. Gives me a play that doesn't affect the board, which is kind of what I want right now, because I want to kind of lean on this. Alright, so he has a Sifter in his hand. He's got a Cutthroat. So he'll probably use this to grab a black-blue, cast a Cutthroat, which would be perfect for me. Or no, I guess he needs a green for the other collected company, so he might grab a white-green. Still 2 turns off from flipping Jace, so I can draw a black source this turn and get him. Outside of that, if I draw a non-black source, I can still cast Dimensional Infiltrator with a +1/+1 counter, which is pretty strong against Jace. Discarded Sunken Hollow. Damn it. I'm just going to get this down so I don't get beat down by whatever. I mean, he's probably going to bounce it off of the collected company. But there's a chance he doesn't, and I just want to be able to start building up a defense in case I don't draw that land. We can still easily win this game if he like whiffs off this collected company. I guess if he only gets 1 card, I'm pretty happy too. Okay. That's the opposite. That's not... The thing he did was the opposite of what I needed to do. Stone cold opposite. F6. Have your way, sir. That's alright. We're just gonna concede this game. There's no way I'm winning without that. Unfortunately, he is way too far ahead. Oh, I didn't bring the Horribly Arise. That was a punt. He's definitely coming in. Wow. So I need to board out more stuff than I was stupid and didn't realize. Is that correct? Just go slow beat down. That seems fine. I don't get to beat down in the air anymore, which is kind of loose, but still Barrow Silence, I suppose, for that. Alright, yeah, I was definitely supposed to bring these Horribly Arise. I'm not sure why I didn't. I guess, new boarding plan. I just totally spaced them. Alright, let's try this. All right, welcome back to Game 3 of Round 1 here. I am Conley Woods, bringing you Dimirdrazi for TCGplayer.com. Last game was not very exciting, although I did catch that I did not bring this in, so I'm excited to have this now. We're going to keep this. Like, this hand is, like, pretty great with it, pretty awful without it. Because we get to horribly arrive every cast on turn 2, which is most likely going to be his first creature play, yeah, especially with this. And then we can Wasteland Strangler to follow that up. We can Thought-Knot Seer to follow that up. Things just get way better. We also have Negate too. Not that that's insane, but it will catch something off the top. So we're going to rip apart his hand. And the Negate is really good backup at like saying, hey, if you have not top decked yet, we still got you. We got you. You know what I'm saying? The mic was a bit far away. I apologize if it was kind of quiet at this point. You're not casting anything? That makes me sad. This can cast this so we can activate our Flying Tentacle at this point. We're fine just sitting here though. He'll probably play a Catacomb Sifter or a Jace, or if he had Jace, he probably would have run it out actually. So I'm not sure what he's going to cast, but he's going to cast something. I don't actually care about that because I can Flaying Tendrils that guy. I only want to counter things I can't Flaying Tendrils as of right now. Especially not a 1/1 that has no... Ooh, that's kind of nice. So he's got 2 rallies, and he's got a Merciless Executioner, which I don't care much about, and this Reflector Mage. So I'm obviously taking the Reflector Mage. He didn't duress me there. So he can duress me next turn. He gets to see quite a bit, which sucks, but he's got 2 kind of dead rallied ancestors, so that's not a big deal. I assume he'll duress and take the Flaying Tendrils, but... I feel like the duress I saw was not foil. Did he draw a foil duress? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't show foils, I'm not sure. He's got 3 choices this time, which is a lot bigger. Yeah, he took the Flaying Tendrils. I don't really want to kill this guy, but I don't really have anything else I could do, so I guess I could just keep open Horribly Awry, but he's just not going to cast anything. And I feel like getting a little bit of pressure down is probably better than not. I don't even want to return this to his graveyard, really. I guess that's fine. I'm going to do it here because he doesn't have a sack outlet yet, and he doesn't have one in his yard. And we do have multiple counter spells, and we do have multiple Thought-Knot Seers to even take those rallies before they come matter. He also needs a second white mana. There's a lot of factors that make that an okay play, I think. Although, I do think it's worthy to think about that. Normally, the Wasteland Strangler is like an obvious... Alright, so what's he playing? Okay. I'm down with that play. Oh, come on. So now he's got a 3-1 in place. So we're under a little bit of pressure, but he's got 2 rallies in his hand that are dead. And I need to just draw anything with this, or any land for the Thought-Knots here. This guy's reasonable. Alright, now he got another white. So now he can rally, although it doesn't do a lot for him. Rally again, 3 damage does not feel like a play you should make, but maybe I'm wrong. Come on. I just need to get these thought knots online and I can't lose this game. Like, if I can get this other rally, because this play's like pretty bad on his part. Gets him very little. 1 life. Oh, he could bounce one of his creatures to his hand. Can it bounce? Yeah, he can bounce his own creature. Never mind. So he gets back a Reflector Mage. Oh, he doesn't get back a Reflector Mage. What's he bouncing? He's bouncing Cutthroat. Interesting. Thank you. I gotta take the Fleshbag Marauder. Or I gotta take the Rally. He plays both these guys. I take 3. It's not a big deal. And then I have he'll have an extra card. If I take the Fleshbag Marauder, he can rally back for 3 and hit the Reflector Mage. That's not that bad, actually. Because when that gets exiled, he gets only 1 trigger. Yes, I guess I hit the Fleshbag Marauder. If he doesn't cast Rally this turn, I can hit it with my next Thought Knot. Oh yeah, also he's going to lose that Sidici's Faithful. Yeah, so if he rallies here just to get Reflector Mage, that's totally fine. He gets 3 damage. I get to follow up with another Thought Knot to take whatever card he might have drawn off this Thought Knot. Does it say cards with that name or that specific card? The creatures can't cast with the same name as that creature. Okay, so I will have to cast like a Hangerback for 1 instead. But he's not even doing that. Now I just want to cast this guy for 1. Leave open, negate, and horribly awry. He knows I have both these, but he can't really play around him at this point. Exiled. Guess I kind of want to draw a land, I kind of don't, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to break this anyway. Because he can't actually cast a Rally for anything right now, so. Ooh, that's kind of good. So next turn I can Thought Knot with negate up. Horribly awry again. Now I don't even need to have negate open, but I will. Ooh. Okay, well I'm going to do this. Next turn I'm going to Flaying Tendrils after putting a counter on this. But I'm going to get the Rally out of his hand while his defense is down. Or he's just going to throw it out there for 2. Doesn't it exile itself naturally? I feel like this doesn't even do anything. It's just him spending mana. Yeah, it just exiles itself anyway. Alright, you got me. Alright. So we have negate open. If he casts any creature, I'm just going to put a counter on my Hangerback Walker next turn, wipe the board. His And this is honestly the way you grind out rally most games. That first game is a little different, but this is most of the rally matches I played have been very, very similar to this. The not bringing it horribly rise was horribly awry on my part, quite literally. Boom. Exile, bro. Get in for 4. Still keeping open the gate. I guess I could put a counter on this now. So Hangerback's pretty sweet in this particular gameplay, just because I guess Dimensional Infiltrator and all that stuff would have not been terrible either. I think I just beat down with everything. Can't really block too profitably. See what he does with the card. Put it on the bottom. So now here I'm just going to cast this, put a counter on it, put a counter on it, leave open the gate. I assume you have to land in this hand. Let's just get a 5/5 in play. Next turn I have Ruinous Path and negate to protect myself here. Pretty good game for us overall. Like I said, this is very much how the rally matchup plays. It's very grindy. You're just trying to get as many cards in exile as possible. You're just trying to leverage yourself against Reflector Mage and really keep the number of collected companies and rallies they cast down. You can usually win through their creatures because the creatures are just do a bunch of weird stuff on their own, like Catacomb Sifter and Nantuko Husk and Zulaport Enforcers are all good when they combine, but whenever they're found individually, they just don't really add up. So if you can just keep the big combo and 2-for-1 and 3-for-1 and 4-for-1 cards from resolving, then you usually have a pretty good edge in here. And because you have so much hand disruption and preemptive ways to deal with creatures before they ever hit play, that helps quite a bit. But yeah, we'll be right back for round 2. This is TCGplayer.com. I'm Conley Woods. See you shortly.